People can make a lot of sacrifices for the sake of taking care of their pets. Children are the joy of life, and they are also constantly ready to surprise with their seemingly incredible antics. Even though the plan was to cook a fried steak, there is still a very clear line between cooked and burnt meat. This is the case when just chocolates and apologies are definitely not enough. On the other hand, it's better than nothing. The raging wind reminds us that it is better not to leave the premises today. It turns out that drones, like humans, can shake from the cold. When fans of gambling and very emotional people gather, the game can easily get out of control. Others tried to warn her about the glass, but it only contributed to an unpleasant incident in the end. There were only a few meters left before the safe unloading, but this last moment was too much, and gravity took over. Friends argued with him that he would not be able to get into the trash can. Despite the fact that they were right, it is difficult to consider yourself a winner when you're showered with garbage. Let's hope he's not a professional, but just decided to save money and make repairs on his own. After reviewing the films about Superman, the cat seems to have decided that it's all about the cloak and is now experiencing the superpower of rapid movement. This is exactly the kind of person who is able to ruin the whole holiday in a few seconds. The cat perfectly understands who it is about and why it is worth being afraid of. It is unlikely that this guy will be satisfied with his long-awaited lunch, which is lost somewhere under the sauce. This experiment was not just unsuccessful, but literally failed, creating a lot of trouble. If she wants to continue playing golf, it's worth taking a few lessons and paying special attention to safety. Sometimes you want to do a good deed and help, but most importantly, do not harm or aggravate the situation. So that's what it means when there's a lot of work to do. Someone's working day will be much longer. Before watching similar videos, it would be great to buy some sedative pills. One needs nerves of steel here. Do not repeat his mistakes. First of all, learn to slow down and then hit the road. This soda machine turned out to be nasty and did not fulfill its task once again. The puppy is not just happy to see the owner, he is waiting for her to appreciate his efforts. No wonder they say trouble never comes alone. As you can see, a whole series of failures happened to him. It is very curious that the young deer was so interested because he did not just jump, but made a real flight. Apparently, at some point, construction contractors were delayed in their salaries, and they decided to show employers what this could lead to. The thirst for victory can be disastrous and pushes to rash movements. In such a difficult matter, the main thing is not to spoil the entire situation. It should be noted that the baby managed to overcome the failure and was upset solely because of wet socks. Of course, there is a special romance in rainy weather, but the last thing you'd want to do in the rain is to have dinner after paying a considerable amount of money for a restaurant. The first pancake is always a lump. The main thing is that after this attempt, she did not give up and did not give up the idea of kayaking. Who would have thought that an ordinary slot machine power meter could have such an impact? And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead. Even if the dog made a mistake with his calculations at first, he still quickly got his bearings and corrected his mistake. Pets can save you from loneliness, but there is a limit to everything. It seems that she loves this drink very much since she decided to taste it in full. Cooking in nature can diversify your leisure time, especially if you start collecting popcorn and jumping out. The girl may not agree with this, but the elephant was just expressing its affection towards her. What are the best words to choose to explain to the boss and the client that the cargo will definitely not be delivered on time? That's what can happen if you shamelessly stop by the beach. As a result, the only thing that will still work in your car is the wipers. This hot dance did not end as expected, but after this video, he had many times more subscribers. comfort and results in parkour depend on clothes and shoes. Now he will definitely be more attentive to the choice of equipment. Grace and sense of balance are not her strong points, although maybe today is just not her day. One clumsy move and half a day spent cooking dinner went down the drain. Such programs fascinate not only people, even cats are not averse to repeating something from culinary masterpieces. This apocalypse is nothing but the result of boredom and loneliness while waiting for the beloved owners. Sometimes we overestimate our strength, and who would have thought that this bottle could break? He will definitely leave his mark on this world when he gets to the paved road, of course, if he finds a way to get there. The time will come and the baby will appreciate the champagne, however, and then she is unlikely to like such an inappropriate use of it. This is another reason to tie your hair while cooking.
Immediately send the rescue squad.
The ostriches really liked the treat, and they were not going to be modest and stop. The woman did not expect such shamelessness. His childish prank may have been funny, but in the end, it cost him a lot. For a moment, the girl thought she had won, but that was not the case because she could not keep her place. This is either a person who has seen enough movies with chase scenes, or someone who got behind the wheel for the first time and is in a complete panic now. The dog was so amazed by the new position in space that it completely forgot to keep track of where it was going. When you want to explain something clearly, you have to find ways to circumvent barriers to face-to-face communication. Virtual reality glasses make it possible to fully immerse yourself in the game, but sometimes reality still intervenes and reminds you of its existence. The perfectionist dog wants to get there to finally put things in order, but so far his attention is constantly distracted. There is no need to look for explanations why this happened. Some things just have their own service life. It's better to start cleaning faster. For the sake of the right thing, one can even use their cup of tea. Or is it better to have one nice and calm? I've never understood people complaining about traffic jams. This is a great opportunity to take a nap. While dog owners complain that pets give them a lot of trouble, dogs silently do their job. Perhaps if there was lemonade in these boxes, it would be funny, but this amount of broken beer bottles is a real tragedy. Well, who said that it is difficult to cope with 2 children? There are people who dream of a waterfall of beer, and these guys are now cursing the very existence of the drink. When you were preparing and tuning up all day, but at the most crucial moment something went wrong, what would you do in his place? It seems Poseidon decided to give a hint before it's too late. There is no lock that can hold her. Repairs and any changes in the interior design can lead to terrible experiences, and sometimes additional expenses appear very unexpectedly. Do you still trust social media? Why wouldn't we start sewing such original bags? In addition, you can take the cat as your partner. This girl had to urgently change her hairstyle because her hair got tangled in a comb, but her reaction to this stress is even more striking. Falling in love is a unique process for each couple. The main thing is that both have fun. This is the case when friends gave a trial membership to the gym, but it would be better if they gave pizza and cake. Again, we do not consider ourselves military experts, but it seems that it'll be quite difficult to climb this ladder. In just a few seconds, a working business flew away. Logistics companies often face similar problems. Movers and drivers have to spend a lot of time to fix everything. It is going to be interesting to look at him getting out of there, but there is a more important question. How did he manage to get there? Find me if you can. Not every cat can hide in such an amazing way. Stealing a sausage in the store is still half the case. The main thing is to have time to escape. This real work of art, which was worked on for many hours, did not meet expectations and self-destructed. Living together is not an easy task, especially when you're very different. The dog just wants to be played with, while the cat does not intend to protect his personal space. There is scientific evidence confirming that some animals recognize themselves in the mirror. Cats are not among them. They often react warily and aggressively, not thinking that the mirror may even fall. Perhaps everyone knows about the danger of making dirty a freshly cleaned place. Therefore, in order to avoid consequences, use everything that comes to hand. Get a cat, they're the cutest in the world, they said. And yet love and a positive attitude to life can do miracles. Everyone would dream of dancing at that age. It is necessary to take breaks at work, at least for the sake of such a dance. I wonder who will win this dance battle. Who will run out of power faster? Apparently, the cat is already tired of this everyday tenderness and has learned to show the SOS sign. If your carry-on baggage exceeds the permitted allowance, an additional fee will be charged for it. Therefore, people find the most sophisticated ways to save money. In this way, you can get rid of arachnophobia. It is unlikely that you will want to pay a fortune for repairs every time. It is necessary to look at the CCTV footage from the rear view to understand how this could have happened. Like this video if you feel sorry for this girl as much as I do. She will remember this working day for a long time. I don't know who had a worse day, this dog or the owner. It seemed to me, as well as to this dog, that this support was superfluous. This pigeon decided to make a design a bit more interesting. I think it turned out well. I would like to see the face of this loser who managed to drop the oven on a Ferrari. Remember this boy. Maybe in 15 years we will see him on TV at some football match and not as a fan. Most likely the man was counting on a light and pleasant snowball and not on an avalanche that fell on him. It is difficult to look good while doing extreme entertainment on the water, and even more so if there are elements of appearance that can be blown away by the wind. It seems that the cat is shocked by such humiliation, so you should not be surprised later if he decides to take revenge. But it will never be possible to do this on purpose. This creature decided to control the order in its house and show who is the boss. There is still a small chance to save the smartphone after immersion in water, then after this, it is destroyed irrevocably. When you and your friends are on the same wave, it'll never be boring.
Have you also noticed that our time together flies at the speed of light? We can't wait to see you in our next episode. See you soon.